perspective was different. His perspective was different. He saw how big God was. He didn't see how big the giant was. He saw how big God is. He remembered how God had helped him kill a bear. Now this is something about David. When he was a little boy, he always tended the sheep. He was the youngest of, I don't know if there were 8 of them, 12 of them. I don't know how many, I can't remember how many sons Jesse had. But David was the littlest. And there's a story about him. They told the story about that he killed a bear and a lion as a little boy. Now you think about that. Think how big a bear is. Anybody been to the zoo? Do you see the lion?
I was there today.
Did you see the lions? Those lions are pretty fierce, you know. I know. Okay, so he killed a bear and a lion. He was remembering when protecting his sheep, and that he knew that Goliath was only another creature God had made. David remembered God's promises to protect Israel, and that God would honor those who honored him. And that's true today. You know, Jesus said that he would honor those that honor Israel. He would bless those that bless Israel. And our country is in danger if we ever stop supporting Israel. We need to think about that. That's another story. So David wasn't afraid, and David didn't run away from the battle, even though he was only a boy. He decided to fight Goliath. Can you believe that? King Saul offered David his own armor to wear. Now here's Saul. Saul's this big old king, you know, about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 years old, something, you know. Big guy, the king, you know. He offers David his armor. David put it on. Have you ever put your dad's jacket on, or put your mom's coat on or something? It's kind of like hangs way down, you know. He couldn't wear it because it didn't fit him. Just like we can't put on somebody else's armor, we have to put on our own. We can't be like anybody else.
Like if I tried to get invited with you.
Exactly. And Daniel, you can't be like anybody else. You have to be Daniel.
Yep.
And Abijah, you have to be Abijah. And Ethan and Mackenzie, you guys have to be your own. You have to wear your own clothes, right? You can't wear somebody else's because they don't fit, right? Well, anyway, David wasn't used to wearing it. He chose to go to battle with only his sling. Now, I know Bob said that there were 3 stones, but there were actually 5. And it's polite not to correct people. He knew it. He just was excited. Okay? So he had 5 smooth stones. You know what smooth? You ever had smooth stones?
Mm-hmm.
And you throw it and it skips on the water. Yeah, it's 5 of them. And you know, in today's world we have slingshots. Like you have those things that are.
We have one.
Yeah, they're slingshots. But this was a sling. It was prior to slingshots. Okay, they were the old-timey slingshots. They still make them today. They had a thing like this, and then they had 2 rawhides. And you put the rock inside, and you pull it up, and you hold on to the rawhide, and you sling it around your head, and let one of the rawhides go, and the rock gets propelled. That's what he had, a sling and 5 stones against this giant who had a spear and armor and 800 pounds and 2 pounds of armor. And
So 1,000 pounds.
yeah.
Plus
Wow.
the weapons.
Okay. So Goliath couldn't believe his eyes. Here's what he said. Am I a dog that you come after me with sticks?
Mm-hmm.
He said Goliath was sure he could easily defeat the little David. But Goliath didn't have one true God in his perspective. So you see, here's this little boy, like you guys, who know God. And know that God created everything that we see for all eternity.